Sono a Dubai, uno degli Emirati Arabi Uniti.
I'm in Dubai, one of the Arab Emirates. I've come here to try out the new American power monster.
È il più potente fuoribordo di grande...
It's the most powerful big series outboard ever made, and it's made by Mercury.
Gli americani di Fond du Lac volevano tornare ad avere...
The Americans from Fond du Lac wanted to get back to their exclusive pole position amongst the outboards, so they've built the 440R and given it the Mercury racing signature.
La versione da 350 cavalli di questo motore, quella che
The
precedentemente...
350 horsepower version of this engine, formerly the most powerful on the market, already had a great power-to-weight ratio. This new one is a little heavier, but a lot more power, so the power-to-weight ratio is even better, 1.32 horsepower for every kilo. Even the power density is higher, 153 horsepower per litre.
Con questi dati avete capito che...
Armed with this information, you can guess who these engines are made for. People who like speed.
Siamo su un'imbarcazione straordinaria, costruita dal Victory Team.
We're on an incredible boat, built by the Victory team, the same group of people who raced and won several world titles in Class 1 racing.
Questo scafo è 56 piedi...
The boat is 56.5 feet long and very narrow, a real arrow through the water, and behind it there are four 400 horsepower Mercury 400R engines, R as in racing.
La calandra è persino troppo sobria, avrei...
The Calandra tank is too muted. I would have thought it could be louder. Colours, flames, checkerboard flags, but nothing. Not that that means anything, it's performance that counts.
E poi se volete...
Then, if you want, you can choose graphics in 7 different colours.
Il monoblocco è un...
The engine block is a 2.6 litre monoblock. It's really powerful because it has an air compressor and aftercooler. I've got 4 engines and only 2 paddles. Why? Because each paddle is for 2 engines. Easy.
Ora vi chiederete, ma quanto stiamo facendo? A che velocità stiamo andando?
I bet you're asking how fast we're going now. The engines are practically asleep. We're currently going 40 miles an hour and 4,000 revs.
I consumi? Beh, stiamo consumando 40 galloni per ora. Non molto, sono 10 galloni per motore.
And we're consuming 40 gallons per engine. Well, 37.8 litres an hour at 40 miles an hour.
Se c'è una cosa in cui questi motori sono imbattibili è l'accelerazione.
No one else's engines accelerate like this. Listen to that rumble.
Il trim della barca è perfetto.
The boat's trim is perfect. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to manipulate the engine trim because the balance is perfect. Of course, we are talking Victory team, eh?
Con questo mezzo e con questi motori...
With this boat and these engines, it feels like I'm in a time travel machine.
Sì, perché puoi essere qui e contemporaneamente puoi essere laggiù.
I could be here and over there at the very same time, just like a spacecraft. I can be in 2 places at the same time. Okay, so it's fast, super fast.
A me piacciono molto anche i trawler. Sì, sapete quelle barche da...
I like trawlers too. You know, the boats that go at 5 to 10 knots an hour like sailboats.
Però, ragazzi, avere a disposizione un mezzo del
But you
genere...
know, having a boat like this is quite another experience. To do 10 miles in a trawler would take you 2 hours. In this boat, you'll be there in less than 10 minutes.
pilota di Formula 1.
I feel like a Formula 1 pilot. I'm not going too fast though, because it's true, you need to know how to manage all this power.
Sai che puoi fare tantissimo, sai che puoi avere tutto.
You know you can do lots, can have everything you want, but you need to use your head, just like a proper racing driver. A little trim.
Sì, così, appena appena, è sufficiente.
Just like that, just enough. So we're going 50 miles an hour
E stiamo consumando
and consuming 55 gallons an hour. Consumption has gone up a little, but it doesn't matter.
se andate dal
If you
concessionario.
go to the Ferrari dealer to put your order in, are you really going to ask how much it consumes?
Mi piace perché l'allungo è formidabile. Continua a dare gas.
I like it. Like it a lot because the extension is formidable. I keep pushing the throttle and it just keeps going faster. The rev counter's going mad. Higher, higher, 7,000 revs a minute, and we're going 65, 66, 67.5, 68 miles an hour. And now 69. Look how stable we are cruising. What a fantastic boat and engines.
Ora, sapete perché questa barca...
Now, do you know why this boat holds the route so well? Yes, because of the hull. But Mercury have been particularly attentive to building these engines, especially in terms of the drive units. The submerged part, which is sharp, razor sharp, cuts through the water with such little resistance, and it's also got a secret.
La pinna sotto il torpedo.
The fin underneath the torpedo isn't straight. It's slightly bent in order to adjust the torque that comes from the propeller, i.e. from the fact that turning the propeller usually tends to sway the boat from one side to the other. This doesn't exist now. Mercury has corrected it on these engines.
E così si può guidare in maniera sicura, precisa, si può fare quello che si vuole. Sinistra.
So you can drive safely. You can do what you want. Left and immediately right afterwards with incredible precision. You don't have to worry about anything. Just have fun. Fantastic.
Quello che mi ha
What surprised me is that I didn't get the max speed that Mercury declared the boat would go, i.e. 80 miles an hour. But there's a reason. They've put lower pitch propellers so that we can have more fun.
Volete sapere esattamente per quale ragione?
In case you don't know, a lower pitch propeller will accelerate faster.
Allora, state a vedere. Siamo-
Just watch, we've practically stopped. 10 knots, and now I'll suddenly open up the throttle like this.
Siamo già
We're
a
already at
20
6,000 revs, 30 miles per hour, 40 miles, 50 miles, 60.
Ora, quanto è passato?
In how long? 6 seconds. Incredible. And now with a bit of trim, guys, we're going to take off.
Eccoli qua,
And
eccoli
look,
qua.
7,000 revs. We've put it under torque right to the end.
Avete visto che accelerazione?
Did you see how it accelerated?
E in questo
Mercury is unbeatable at this.
Sapete perché va fortissimo? Perché hanno potuto alzare molto.
Do you know why it goes so fast? Because they've managed to raise the engines a lot. In fact, the lower unit of this 400R is special because they've taken the water under the torpedo, not from the front like in other outboards. So even if you raise them up, they take in water and cool down.
Ok, abbiamo finito di.
Okay, we've finished the tryout. Let's have a look at the engines.
Il monoblocco lo conosciamo benissimo, è il 2 litri e 6.
We've seen the monoblock already. It's the 2.6 litre. Mercury have already built 75,000 engines, but Mercury Racing have studied it well in order to get it up to 7,000 revs a minute. They've modified the pistons, the valves and the crankshaft so it can take very high and powerful pressure.
La cosa più importante per un motore è l'aria.
The most important thing for an engine is the air. Yes, the air, because no oxygen means no combustion. So there needs to be a lot of air, and to be even denser, it needs to be cold. The air compressor is cooled by the cooling unit, and that's not enough. When it comes out of the compressor, the air is cooled down again before going into the combustion chamber. Now, because this engine is used all over the world in very diverse climates, here for example it's over 45 degrees Celsius, they've added a bypass valve that regulates pressure so it's always at its maximum performance. There's an area of the engine for which Mercury Racing is unbeatable, and that's the underneath part. It would be stupid to produce an enormous amount of horsepower to then slow them down. So once again, they've created a highly efficient drive unit just for this 400 racing. Anyone who goes to races knows very well that the engine needs to be mounted higher in order to reduce resistance. To allow for this setup, Mercury has put the cooling circuit's outlet at the lowest point underneath the torpedo, so they can position it on the transom higher than ever before. We're talking about a hugely powerful engine and a very fast boat. Okay, but we're not going to exaggerate, are we? Or forget safety. But the engine shouldn't go against us either. I don't know whether you've ever noticed, but if you go fast enough, at the stern, it moves. The transom moves, the engines move. And for this reason, they've created these guides that stabilize the upper part. Do we need to talk about the propellers? Everyone knows that Mercury produce high-performance propellers that are perfect for their engines, but that's not all. They've got an infinite amount of propeller options, and for this 400R, they've suggested 4 blades. The Bravo 1 4-blade props, which are for multi-engine boats, and for example the Pro Max, used for single installations on very fast boats.
Questa città, dove rombano.
In this city, where the most powerful cars roar by, it's only natural that the world's most powerful outboards roar by too, the 400R. And there's no one else who could make these engines but Mercury.